Let me tell you something that might surprise you a bit. The biggest reason most people fail at content creation isn't because they're not necessarily talented, it isn't because they don't have some good ideas, and it isn't because the algorithm hates them, but it's because they never build a system. They rely on motivation, and motivation always disappears. If you've ever posted consistently for 2 weeks on social media, you got busy, you skipped a week, then disappeared for 2 months, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you the exact system I use to make content consistently while working on my business full time. One of the biggest myths about content creation is that successful creators are somehow more motivated than everyone else. I'm here to tell you they're not. Some days they don't feel like recording at all. Some days they don't want to edit. And some days they have absolutely no ideas. But the difference is simple. They don't rely just on their motivation. They rely on systems. That's what we're going to build today. So your first strategy is to stop creating content every single day. You might think this sounds backwards, but hear me out for a second. Most people think consistency means creating content every single day, but that's exhausting. Instead, create content once, publish all week. I personally prefer batching my content. Instead of setting up my camera 3 different times, I'll spend one afternoon recording several videos. The lights come on once, the microphone gets plugged in, the camera gets positioned one time, then I stay in that creative mindset and keep recording. It's dramatically more efficient than starting from scratch every single day. Every transition between tasks has a cost. Reduce the number of transitions, and you'll create far more content with less effort. The second strategy is to keep an idea list. Here's another mistake people make. They wait until they're ready to record, then try to think of an idea. That's like walking into a grocery store hungry. Everything feels too overwhelming. Instead, captures ideas constantly. Every time someone asks you a question, write it down. Every problem a client has, jot it down on the Notes app on your phone. Every single mistake you see beginners make, also record that. Every conversation you have, jot it down. By the time you sit down to record, you shouldn't be wondering and scrambling what to talk about. You should have 50 or so ideas waiting for you. I keep a running list on my phone and my documents, and whenever something comes to mind, it just goes on the list. It's very simple. Strategy 3 is lower your production standards a bit. Now, I don't mean lower the quality of your advice, that needs to be locked in. I mean lower your production standards. One of the biggest traps is believing every video needs to be perfect, with perfect lighting, perfect camera, perfect editing, and absolute perfect delivery. But none of that is why people will subscribe. People will subscribe because you solve their problems. I've watched videos recorded on what seemed like grainy webcams that helped change my business. And I've watched beautifully produced videos that taught me absolutely nothing about the topic. Value beats production almost every single time. So don't let perfection become procrastination. The fourth strategy is build a weekly workflow. This really changed everything for me. Instead of asking, what should I work on today? I already know what I'm doing. Monday might be scripting my videos. Tuesday is shooting. Wednesday is editing. Thursday is creating the shorts. And Friday is scheduling next week or next month's content. Now, I'm never making conscious decisions. I'm simply following a system. And that decision fatigue now disappears. The less you have to think, the more you're actually able to create. Strategy 5 is stop obsessing over views. And this is a tough one. I know from experience. Especially in the beginning, you'll upload a video, refresh YouTube 10 times, 20 times, doesn't really matter. You keep refreshing, and maybe after the 50th time, you suddenly think, this really isn't working. But you're measuring the wrong thing. Your first goal isn't views, it's repetitions. Every video teaches something about how you want to deliver your content. You become a better speaker, a better teacher, a better editor, and a better storyteller. And those skills compound over time. The audience will come later. Your first 100 videos aren't just content, they're also a training ground for you as a creator. The sixth strategy is create content around questions. One of the easiest ways to never run out of ideas is to stop trying to be interesting. Instead, be helpful for your audience. Think about your profession. What questions do you answer every single week? Those are your videos. If you're an accountant, what can I deduct from my taxes? If you're a lawyer, videos like, when should I hire an attorney? And maybe you're a therapist, how do I deal with anxiety? If you're an engineer, what's the biggest mistake people make before starting a land development project? You don't need to invent new topics. Your audience is already giving them to you. So just listen to them. And the seventh strategy is accept imperfect consistency. Here's something I wish someone had told me years ago at the start. You're going to miss a week. Life happens, you'll get sick, you take a vacation, you travel, you get a bit overwhelmed. And that's all normal. The mistake isn't missing one upload. The mistake is convincing yourself that you've now failed. One missed workout doesn't ruin your fitness. One unhealthy meal doesn't ruin your diet. So one missed upload doesn't ruin your content strategy. Just get back on the horse. Just start again. You're a professional, remember? So don't panic. Return to your system. So if you only remember one thing from this video, remember this. Consistency isn't about discipline. It's about reducing the friction. The easier you make content creation for yourself, the more consistently you'll show up. Batch your content. Keep an idea list. Follow a weekly workflow. Focus on solving problems. And stop waiting until everything is perfect, because your future clients don't care whether your 5th video was perfect or not. They care that you kept showing up long enough on the algorithms for them to find you. So if you're serious about building an authority-based business with content, download my free 90-day authority roadmap guide using the link in the description. It'll help you build a complete content system, from choosing your niche to attracting your first clients, without wasting months trying to figure out on your own. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.